Now, let's talk about section 1 of this planner. Section 1 follows a familiar structure modeled after the previous version of the 1% Better Daily Planner that I created. This section is designed for users who prefer a straightforward, traditional planning approach to organizing their time and tracking progress. It includes 12 months of general daily planning, providing you with ample space to map out your goals, tasks, and priorities over the long term. Section 1 is designed for those who prefer a more traditional approach to planning. You can start and stop at any point in the year, making it perfect for those who don't want to feel pressured by a dated format. This undated format allows for maximum flexibility and reusability, so you can easily pick up where you left off, whether it's in the middle of the week, month, year, or an entirely separate year. At the beginning of each month, you'll see a page that gives you a monthly outline. You can begin by outlining your goals for the month, then break down those goals into smaller, more manageable steps. Write those smaller, more manageable steps in the to-do list section. This reverse engineering approach helps you visualize your path to success. Focus on your top 3 priorities for the month, known as your big rocks, and then use the daily planning pages to track your progress and make adjustments as needed. There are even sections for tracking your average water intake, mood, and exercise for the previous month, helping you to stay accountable and monitor your overall well-being. Each day, focus on your daily goals, prioritize your tasks, and then script out your day for the following day in the daily planner section. This helps you stay organized and focused, ensuring that you're making steady progress toward your goals. Remember, it's a journey, not a race. So don't be afraid to carry over unfinished tasks to the next day. Now, let me walk you through how I'd use this section. Let's say it's the 1st of January, new year, new me. I want to be a senior manager at my company within the next 2 years. This is the goal that I'm going to set for myself in this hypothetical situation. I can write this in the notes section. Now, let's say I've set aside time to think about how I'm going to achieve that goal. Everything I've come up with can go in the to-do list section here. By the way, expect these items to change a lot. Chances are you won't know exactly what will work, what matters, and what will not work. That's perfectly fine. As long as you're progressing toward a goal, what matters is taking consistent action and constantly course correcting. You'll be able to adapt along the way. Let's also say that I know there's a big project due at the end of the quarter and I want to impress my boss by getting it done this month, so I can put that in the urgent section. There's no one specific in mind that I need to call or email, so we can leave that blank for now. And just for the sake of filling up the page, we can assume you have a lot of work in mind that you want to accomplish. Let's say the urgent project involves doing research and looking at financial reports. I can put that in the priority section. So for these, I'll put finish researching X for the big project by February 1st and review all the financial reports by January 20th. As for the big rocks, these are the major goals that are moving the needle forward, along with metrics that are measurable. Let's assume you really think networking events are going to help you get that senior manager position. Let's also assume you've done some research and learned that 30 hours of trainings will lead to a higher probability of a promotion. You want to set aside time to take at least 3 hours of training a week. Let's add that to the big rock section. Now, let's move on to the daily section. As far as today's goals, perhaps I want to look up some local networking events, work on that urgent project, and try to do an hour of my video training. I can just add those right here in today's goals. Now remember, if I don't get to all of these, that's not an issue. You can always do it the next day or on an upcoming day where it fits. The key is to know what you should be working on. Remember, you don't want to start a day unsure of what you want to do. You always want to have an idea of what you should be getting done every single day in order to guarantee you're making progress. Whatever you've established your priorities or big goals are, can be entered here. And finally, we can plan out our day. I typically like to start with the time I want to wake up and the time I want to go to sleep. So I'll set my wake up time at 7 a.m. and bedtime at 8 p.m., just as an example. Then from there, I fill in the things that are mostly static, like work. So let's fill that in from 9 to 5. And finally, I fill in the gaps to work toward my big rocks. And this is essentially how I'd use this section.